Kabir writes, Friend, wake up. Why do you go on sleeping? The night is over. Do you want to lose the day the same way? Others who have managed to get up early have already found an elephant or a jewel. My inside, listen to me. The greatest spirit, the teacher is near. Wake up, wake up. You have slept for millions and millions of years. Why not wake up this morning? Can you recall from your past any significant experiences of awakening? Did these experiences come out of the blue? Were they the result of effort, or were they received gratuitously? An awakening, it seems, comes more often than not quite unexpectedly. There's a sudden uprush of wisdom and energy. It is our yearning for light and our thirst for self-knowledge that often sets the stage for an awakening. Likewise, suffering often brings about a shift in consciousness, a new way of seeing. Awakenings are frequently triggered by tragedy, breakdown, illness, or depression. In response to our hope and effort to find a new way out of darkness, a new light begins to shine. In a dark time, the eye begins to see, says Theodore Roethke. An awakening marks the coming of light that dispels darkness, clarity that decreases confusion, insight that puts an end to illusion. Pema Chodron notes that we can use everything that happens to us as a means for waking up. To this we add that everyone is our teacher. In fact, the entire human journey is undertaken in service of the evolution of consciousness and is a teaching in love. Imagine for a moment that it's nighttime. You are in a cabin and you have some lights turned on. Later, you decide to go outside to look at the stars and you open the door of your cabin. What happens to the light inside your cabin? And what happens to the darkness outside? It is a simple yet powerful image. Of course, the darkness does not come pouring into the cabin. Rather, the light penetrates into the darkness outside. So too, at dawn, when the sun rises, night turns to light. Light overtakes the darkness. In a similar way, experiences of awakening point to a shift from lost to found, from illusion to truth, from fear to love. And the limitations we argue for give way to a transformed vision. So too, as at dawn, when the night turns to light, unconsciousness dissolves with the light of consciousness. Back to our question of how an experience of awakening comes about. There's a story about a conversation between a Zen monk and a disciple. The disciple asks, "What one can do to become enlightened?" And the monk responds, "No more than you can do to make the sun rise in the morning." The disciple, feeling somewhat discouraged, then asks, "So what's the use of doing all these spiritual practices that you prescribe?" The Zen master responds, "The practices are just to make sure that you are not sleeping when the sun comes up." So we have to show up. We have to be ready. What's required is a quality of presence and anticipation and openness. We have to be open to the unknown, open to receive new truth, open to growth in self-knowledge, open to change and transformation. Here often is where the problem lies. If you think you are awake, you become trapped in darkness. Being closed is holding on to what you know. Call it hardened thinking, frozen beliefs, narrow-mindedness, self-deception, or arguing for your limitations. Experiences of awakening do come out of the blue, sometimes quite unexpectedly, but they follow on the heels of a search for new understanding. They follow from an active quest for greater freedom and fulfillment. Awakenings are the answers to the questions we ask ourselves. What, then, is the best way to wake up? Two elements need emphasis. One is cultivating wakeful attention, which is a prolonged effort to expand consciousness. And two, making intention conscious, meaning choosing to move from the world you are into the world you want to live in. When wakeful attention and conscious intention intersect, we are on a path towards new consciousness, a path of continuous awakening. And continuous awakening, I believe, equates to wellness. Moving forward into realms of new light, and new light alleviates some of the tension of the unknown. Continuous learning means living one's life as a question, as a lifelong adventure of self-discovery, moving beyond the known. Fear and familiarity must be left behind. Of course, new questions will always arise and push us ever again into more unknowing. As we move from becoming to becoming, from transformation to transformation, we keep building a higher integrity and finding deeper harmony. Bernard Lonergan states that we have the task of creating ourselves. I would equate this task with making your life into a work of art. In the Noble River Wisdom Trilogy, Theme 11 on Self-Development, Milton Dawes writes, "Creative being is being unfinished, is being you, is becoming you, is developing your abilities to anticipate, recognize, understand, manage, create and enjoy changes, is being curious, seeking to find out just to know, is learning to unlearn, is being aware of not being aware, is being aware of what has been and being appreciative of what could be, is being aware that there is more to see, more to know, more to understand, more to do, is bringing things into being, music, paintings, loving relationships, beautiful friendships, crazy dreams, impossible ideas, is always learning, is being, is loving." When I was 22 years old, I had my most memorable experience of personal awakening on a little island off from Fiji, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I had finished university a year earlier, but felt that I was in the wrong story, that I was at odds with myself, so I decided to embark on a journey. I was en route to Australia and had a stopover in Fiji. Just after doing some snorkeling in the coral reef, I heard an inner voice say, "Make your life an adventure of love." In the New Testament scriptures, Christ repeated a key message: stay awake. Ram Dass stated that in order to do so, we must stabilize ourselves in an awakened state. Rumi adds, "The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep."